The world of Vladimir Putin. The world was stunned by Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which led to one of the worst humanitarian crises since World War II. Vladimir Putin, one of the most important personalities in world affairs, was also highlighted. The West has long kept a close eye on him because he has been in charge of Russia's affairs for a significant amount of time. His decision to start a war in Ukraine, especially in the 21st century, surprised even some of the more seasoned diplomats and officials. The world has long been fascinated by Putin because of his charisma and KGB background, so let's look at his manner of life. It was opulent by most standards. Putin lives in a Soviet palace that was rebuilt for him and works in an imperial castle inside the Kremlin. He owns a private gym, three swimming pools, and an estate. Putin commutes to work in a helicopter and has one of the best security units in the world. He owns several horses, five pets, and his estate contains stables. Putin also has access to a number of vacation houses located all around Russia. One of them is actually a monastery. In actuality, he prays elegantly. Putin's dinners are one item that doesn't cost a lot. Simple, wholesome meals were his favorite. It was dull and simple overall, although it was obviously cooked by a chef. In Russia and many other nations, the middle class can all afford to dine like Putin, estimated at $200 billion. According to Browder's 2017 speech before the US Senate, the Russian president, whose estimated net worth is $200 billion, is one of the wealthiest persons in the world. Nonetheless, following his success has proven to be exceedingly challenging. Finding out Putin's net worth is perhaps the most hard conundrum in wealth hunting, claims Forbes magazine, whose major goal is to research the personal wealth of the world's elite. According to money laundering specialist Ross S. Delston, even though the general public might not be aware of Putin's assets, we can imagine US and Europe intelligence services and law enforcement groups have been tracking his assets for years. Several media sources claim that he is 60 times wealthier than former US President Donald Trump and that he is hiding a fortune with 160 billion or 285 billion dollars. These claims were refuted by him, who said that the only items he spent money on were a Lada, a bachelor flat, and his meager state salary of $100,000 each year. Luxurious homes. Putin owns 20 luxurious homes, one of which is the $1.4 billion Putin's country cottage beachside residence on the Black Sea, which the Kremlin has consistently denied that Putin owns. The swimming pool is made of marble, and Greek god statues decorate it. The theater wine cellar and pole dance club are other features of this palace. Putin, though, denied having exclusive ownership of the palace. According to the richest, Putin reportedly spends at least $2 million per year on a crew of 40 landscapers and gardeners. A tour of the palace's first floor reveals a music room, a gym, and a dining room with $500 according of Pozzoli, Italian luxury furnishings and a $54,000 bar table. Italian-inspired opulence is used to lavishly embellish each of the six bedrooms. There are more than $100 worth of wine and liquor in a bar room that leads to a beautiful auditorium that is 2 stories tall. He reportedly also owns 19 additional properties, as reported by the media. In addition, Putin has 700 vehicles, 58 helicopters, and expensive watches with a value of up to Rs 3 crore. Also, he likes to keep exotic animals as pets. In 2015, he broadcast the live television release of a tiger named Boris. Extravagant jet aircraft. Putin wants a distinctive neoclassical styled aircraft whenever he travels by air. According to years.Com, this aircraft is worth $716 million. dollars. The lavatory inside the Illusion 296-300 PU, which is made of gold and alone is worth more than Rs 35 lakh, has been given the nickname Flying Kremlin, which translates to Flying Office of the President of Russia. This aircraft resembles a fort and has a top speed of 900 km per hour. Putin can oversee the army with traveling thanks to its many amenities, which include a gym, a bar, and 3 beds. Modern communications equipment aboard and aircraft allow it to act as a command center for troops during combat. Putin's luxury yacht. The lavish lifestyle of Putin is widely questioned. The interior and exterior of the $100 million graceful super yacht were designed by Savmash, a producer of nuclear submarines for the Russian military, and produced by H2 Yachts Design. There is a helipad, dining area, and cocktail bar on board this super yacht. 400 bottles of most costly wines in the world are kept in a super yacht cellar. It had been sitting in Germany for a while, but due to the looming consequences of the attack, it had already left. A gold supply of $95 billion. dollars. We all know that Russia is one of the most savvy gold buyers in the world, which helped them get over Western sanctions. According to Forbes, Russia had $1.4 billion worth of gold reserves in 1995, about Rs 152 billion. Putin does, however, reportedly have gold reserves of 95 billion or $152 billion, which are tightly guarded and kept out of reach. Watch collection. Boris Nemtsov, a political commentator, claims that Putin has a collection of timepieces worth around 500,000 or $891,500, including one that is worth 300,000 or 535,000 US dollars. Putin is said to have bought several homes in recent years, some of which are thought to be valued more than 1 billion or $1.78 billion. dollars. According to CelebrityNetWorth.com, Putin once said to a journalist, "I am the wealthiest man, not just in Europe, but in the whole world. I collect, personally, emotions. I am wealthy in that the people of Russia have twice entrusted me with the leadership of a great nation such as Russia. I believe that is my greatest wealth." Thank you for watching. See you on our next video.